to the Whiskey Roundtable. We are your hosts.
Big G.
Karen Helen Keller.
Doug Dunbar.
And
Gary Coe.
Gary Coe.
He's back.
Here, a special guest today.
Yeah.
Back
He's
for the first
special.
time.
Back.
Yeah. Awesome. Glad to have you.
Did you find any of those drunks that were on the liquor bottles?
I'm still looking.
I still laugh at that.
Just his grandpa. That was the only one he found.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, that looks like grandpa.
I wish I could just say that was a good story to make up, but it's unfortunately true. Probably why I believed in Santa Claus till I was 30.
I
What?
still believe in Santa Claus.
What do you mean?
Shh, nothing.
Okay.
It's too
Don't
funny.
tell. So how we doing?
We're doing good.
We're back after a
couple weeks.
couple week hiatus.
You,
How was your trip?
yeah, how was your trip, dog?
Great. Did some canoeing, about 102 miles of the Upper Missouri River out there in Montana.
Did you canoe
So-
actually, or did you drive to the
No,
end?
we canoed. We
Oh,
Is it a
put in
motorboat?
about near Great Falls and
nice.
got out about 105 miles later. So
Damn. How long does that take?
it was a week. I mean, we put in on a Sunday and got out on
Did you guys like camp every
Friday
spot or
morning.
something? Did you stay overnight?
camped right
That's
along
cool.
the river. There was kind of set campsites that we had to, and then one time we got to one and it was occupied, and then we were pretty burnt up, and then we had to go another whole 8 miles to get to
Ooh.
the next one, and it was almost dusk. And, yeah, we weren't happy campers, but by and
Yeah,
large,
No pun intended.
we have one day of really bad, cold,
think it might
rainy
have been.
weather, and got pretty cold that day, and
Mhm.
it was a little scary. But other than that, the weather was beautiful,
Good.
and we just had the best time.
Good.
Saw wildlife, saw
Any elk?
great scenery, elk and bighorn sheep, and lots of cattle. Black Angus cattle would be grazing along
Did you
the
bring
river.
any home?
Well, no, but when we got out on Friday, our first thought was we got to get some steaks, man.
Yeah, amen.
Bet.
We had a nice steak dinner that night.
No grizzly bears out there?
No grizzlies
No.
in that. You have to get up in the mountains, but there are black bear. We didn't see any, but you
They're
know,
socially distancing.
beautiful.
There's
Yeah,
some
they were.
distancing.
Hey, I'm sure when they saw that crowd, they ran the other way.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
6 feet
exactly.
through, no problem.
Yeah.
You see the head on that guy?
Had a lot of good, as our
Head first,
tradition,
it
we
goes.
enjoyed a lot of good single malt whiskeys in
Good.
the evening. So, anyhow, it's
Awesome.
all good. Happy to be back and back
So who are
doing
all the guys?
show.
Name all the guys you were with. All your friends. Do you remember?
Well,
You
you might
remember?
remember them.
Okay.
Pat Patterson
Yeah.
and Glenn Stebbings, Anthony Abrahams, Jeff Abrahams, Christopher B. Snyder, who
Gotcha.
you know very well,
Uh-huh.
Is this
And
the in memoriam section?
Nikki Hopkins. So
Nice.
I don't
And
think
Doug
I left-
Dunbar.
and myself, of course.
Amen.
So that's the group. Speaking of Chris, unfortunately he won't be here next week as we originally planned. He's got some business things going on, but
That's
we'll
all
look
right.
forward
He's
to
from
having
Pittsburgh
him
anyways.
sometime next year. But we will be talking about the Whiskey Rebellion on the 25th next week as we planned, and then he can comment from afar. But,
Awesome.
Very nice.
So anyway, yeah, that's about it. We're finishing up Scotch Whiskey Month kind of at the beginning here because we had an extra show because we had the first week of August. We had to finish up my series on the process of making whiskey. So anyway, we're kind of a week behind, but so we're gonna do the Whiskey Wizard a little early tonight to kind of conclude Scotch whiskey. Have kind of a little travel log of my whiskey enjoyment in Scotland with my family. So that's what we'll do next. But before that,
Get some culture.
yeah,
So Gary's back.
Gary's
I am.
back.
He did a great show last time he was here, and it's always nice to see him.
Happy to be here, man. If I had a tail, it'd be wagging.
Oh, dear.
I love this story. So I reached out to Karen today. She was off today. She wasn't feeling good, and I said to her, "Do you want to go to lunch?" And she said, "Sure, we'll go to lunch." I said, "All right, I'll pick you up around 12 o'clock." So I come home from the office, and she gets in the car, and I'm driving down the road. And I'm like, "What are you wearing?"
Oh, you're not telling this story. Okay.
She's like, "What do you mean? What am I wearing?"
Too late.
I go, "What is that? Is that your perfume?" She goes, "Yeah." I go, "Oh my God!" I go, "That's it's making me angry." You ever get that smell that perfume that just pisses you off? And she's all like, well, what? That's Tommy Bahama. I go, yeah, it smells like Nana Bahama to me. You know how all the grandmas always have that unique smell to them? And she goes, well, I'm almost out of it. I said, well, perfect.
Bahama.
When you get home, throw that shit away. Because it's really pissing me off. She's all like, well, thanks. And when you made some comment to me, but I don't remember what it was.
I
Well,
think I told you to
hey.
shut up. I think I called you an asshole.
Yeah. The usual,
Well, you
usual
can-
shit I get in the morning.
You can hang on to it in case you ever need any social distance.
That's perfect. I should spray that on some people I don't like.
I was gonna
There
say
you
I'll
go.
spray a little on your pillow.
Yeah,
tonight.
don't throw it away yet.
Tell them they smell like a bag of pennies.
Oh my God, it was terrible. Absolutely reminded me of my mother.
I changed
Sorry-
my clothes too
sorry,
when
Mom.
we got home. I'm
Sorry,
like,
Mom.
okay, I'm not wearing it.
Yeah. So anyway,
So my phone's ringing off the hook over here, but I ain't answering it. It's the third phone call I've had since we started.
Turn
the
it
show.
over so you.
No, because it's some of the stuff is some of the guys I work with.
It's
so.
the perfume company with a cease and desist.
It's
Yeah, right.
exactly.
I'll tell you what, that perfume was. Oof. You know what we need to do? We need to get a big truck and spray that on rioters. They'll clear the area, trust me. Anyway, go ahead. So what do we got? So we're gonna do the.
And do
well,
the-
why don't we go ahead and we'll do the wizard, and then we'll come
Nice.
back and do a little tasting. So
Sounds
we'll
good.
see you all in a little bit.
About 20 minutes or so, right?
About 20 minutes. Yep.
All right. See you guys in a minute.
So long.
Whiskey Wizard. It's the Whiskey Wizard.
Hello and welcome to the Whiskey Wizard, where we say that whiskey making takes scientific knowledge, an artisan's skill and dedication, and a bit of the wizard's alchemy of light, air, earth, and fire. Last time we discussed the peating of Scotch whiskey, and as we leave our focus on Scottish whiskey, I wanted to conclude with something of a special montage of my travels to this wondrous land. That is, for me, the epicenter of the world of whiskey. Scotland is truly a special place. Personally, I love the moody climate and the beautiful but brooding landscape. When you are there, you can literally feel that it's a place where the medieval past and the present still collide in interesting ways. With the current situation, travel may not be possible, but hopefully soon we can get back to normalcy. When that happens, I encourage you to consider a trip to Scotland, especially if you're a fan of Scottish whiskey or even if you're still learning to appreciate it. What follows is more or less a montage of my past travels there. Hopefully you can gather some of the flavor of the place as well as how much fun it is to stop in at its many distilleries to conduct a little bit of touring and tasting. On our trip in the summer of 2019, we got there by way of Iceland, where we spent 3 full days. It's another place I can recommend, and we'd love to go back there for a week and drive the ring road all the way around Iceland. Anyway, I've included a bit of our Iceland travel on the front end as well. Look, I hope you enjoy this. It's something a little bit different, but maybe it gives you some inspiration. Let's have a look. Here we are. Driving in Iceland. We are heading to the Blue Lagoon from the airport.
Can't
So
roll
here
the
we're
window.
getting towards the Blue Lagoon here. You can see all the volcanic terrain. Hi, this is Doug Dunbar for the Whiskey Roundtable. Part of my travel log. Our first stop is Iceland, and we're close to Reykjavik. And right outside of Reykjavik, we're at the Blue Lagoon. Now, this is a mixture of fresh water and seawater that's geothermally heated. They pump it up into this lagoon for us to enjoy. It's a little bit warmer than your average bathtub. Air temperature is about 56 degrees and the sun just broke out. Unfortunately, they don't serve whiskey here, but they do serve a very nice lager. The local lager is called Gall, and it's the perfect complement to this warm bath. So, well, that's about it for now. This is Doug Dunbar with the Whiskey Roundtable. Hi, it's Doug Dunbar for the Whiskey Roundtable. We're here at the Whiskey Experience right outside Edinburgh Castle in Edinburgh. But let's go inside and check it out. This is basically Disneyland for Scotch lovers. It's a ride. Hi, this is Doug Dunbar with the Whiskey Roundtable, and we're here at the Scotch Whiskey Experience, which is in Edinburgh, just outside Edinburgh Castle. At the start of this tour, it's basically like a Disneyland ride for Scotch whiskey appreciators. And so the end of the tour ends up here in this nice bar. But before that, and we'll post some pictures on our webpage of the largest unopened single malt collection in the world that we got to tour through before we came into this room, which is the bar where we are allowed to do some additional sampling and purchase samples that we desire. I've had a few that are very rare and you can't get easily in the States. Finishing up with this Inchgauer, which you cannot get in the States at all. It really only about 1% is available as a single malt, and about 99% ends up in Johnny Walker's various blends. So this is a really excellent whiskey. I'm looking at just very light with high complexity. Got some flavors of biscuit and orange peel, and some vanilla, and but it's just a really delicate whiskey with a high level of complexity. Hi, it's Doug Dunbar for the Whiskey Roundtable. Here we are in Edinburgh, Scotland. Now this is a place that they have whiskey. Now we're at the Devil's Advocate, which is in this steep close in Old Town Edinburgh. We've enjoyed a nice dinner, and I had some Glenfarclas cask strength 102, and finishing off today with a Mortlock 16. Hi, Doug Dunbar for the Whiskey Roundtable again. We're inside the Dalwhinnie gift shop. We're not going to take the tour here due to our schedule. We've got some other stops we're going to make. But in the gift shop here, they have some rare whiskeys that you can't get in the States, such as the Inchgower that I sampled yesterday at the Scotch Whisky Experience in Edinburgh. Here, Lizzie's Dram, which is very rare, only sold here at the Dalwhinnie gift shop. So I'm getting these, and this is going to be the first of my purchases for this trip. I'm looking forward to it. Well, we'll be probably checking in with you again a little later today when we make up our way up to past Inverness and up to the northwest to Glenmorangie. So long for now. Here we are at Glenmorangie. This is Doug Dunbar for the Whiskey Roundtable. We're in the city of Tain. So it's right on a large body of water that I can't remember the name of. It's Doug Dunbar for the Whiskey Roundtable. We just finished our tour at Glenmorangie. This is a quite impressive distillery. They're very distinctive pot stills with very long necks and relative compared to the small volume. And two-step distillation that really creates the really light whiskeys. I learned something that I didn't know, and that's that they do second fill on some of the whiskey, and then they blend those together. Hi, Doug Dunbar for the Whiskey Roundtable. We're here on the Isle of Skye at the world-famous Talisker Distillery. Talisker used to be the only distillery on the whole of Isle of Skye. There's a new one, Torbeg, which recently opened, and won't have any product yet for quite some time. Anyway, let's go into Talisker and see what's going on.
And now you can drink it and it will not burn, and you'll get all the taste of it much better. 57% is where the target is. Same sip, 2 seconds on the tongue, no burn, lots of flavour. That's the way to drink whiskey.
But they let the brand.
So who makes the Game of Thrones thing? If we saw the
Diageo.
Diageo has spread, so the Game of Thrones.
Hi, Doug Dunbar from the Whiskey Roundtable inside Talisker tasting room. Tasted several. I was able to purchase some Cole Ela 18, which is really hard to get, and it's my favorite whiskey. But what I'm tasting here today is the Talisker Skye, which is only sold here. And so let's give it a try. The nose is definitely got that Talisker oceanic quality. Taste the salt, a little bit of the sea breeze. This one is more of a citrusy, almost lemon peel on the nose, and I'm going to go in for the taste. And here's the view. If you look out, walk out of the Talisker Distillery.
Doug Dunbar for the Whiskey Roundtable here at Deanston, our last stop. You can see after about 5 days here on Thorn Distilleries, I've got the accent down. Let's go in and see.
In the Deanston gift shop. Look out, Caleb. I want to show the barrel. Look out.
Got a lot going on that one. Like I said, not your signature Deanston flavours for that one. Neither is this one actually. So this one's very popular. It's quite a new release. We've had it for about 2 weeks or so. So previously we had a very well received 20-year-old Oloroso cask. I think it's the same twin cask. We left it a few years longer. So it's 23 years old, fully matured Oloroso sherry. So the first 20 years in refill sherry butts. The last 3 years it's transferred into first fill sherry hogshead. So it's not signature Deanston. It's darker, it's richer. You're getting all that rich oak spice in there, but yeah, dark fruits.
And are they're both Oloroso sherry casks?
Yes, it's fully matured Oloroso, just finished. Transferred it after the last 3 years, but. So our younger age whiskies don't really sit too well on Oloroso, but we leave that a little bit longer. So our 40-year-olds, a 10-year finish on Oloroso, about 23-year-old.
It's a dark
It's cast strength after 23 years. So we fill at 63.5. After 23 years, it's dropped to 50.2. That one.
Wow. Oh, the nice.
It smells amazing.
Definitely can tell the
It's quite rare, fully mature in a cherry.
Yeah.
So, but
You'd never mistake that for anything other than sherry cask. That is.
yeah, the European oak gives you whiskey darker colours rather than American oak, you like golden colours. You don't get the vanillins like you do in American oak, you get those nutty flavours, aromas in there, and the spice obviously.
Oh wow.
It's famous, that one. Someone bought. Oh, I thought it was underage. They came in and bought 10 bottles of that this morning.
Oh man, that's so good. That is just like. I wouldn't have wanted it.
Well, now we're officially done with this year's Scottish Whiskey Month, of course, and our focus on Scotch. I hope this little travel log episode inspired at least some of you to make it a goal to travel and to visit Scotland. It's fairly easy to get from the US to Edinburgh, and a week there is quite affordable for most folks who make it a goal and do a little planning. Look, I can't imagine you being disappointed. That's it for this edition. This is Douglas Dunbar, the Whiskey Wizard, for the Whiskey Roundtable. Slàinte. And now, back to the live show.
Very
nice. Very nice.
Yeah, so that was a fun trip, I have to say. So.
Seems like it.
You forgot about like the one biggest picture, the best picture ever.
Oh,
your
what
whole
was
trip.
that, I might ask?
Oh, well, let's just take a little gander.
Okay.
Remember this one?
Oh, yeah.
When you were in Iceland over there.
Yeah, that's the one I didn't show, but...
Yeah. See, Shauna, I got your back. I'm going to call him out every time.
I was afraid you might.
Oh, I love
Nice,
that picture.
very nice.
It's just the best. Anyway,
Nice.
very nice.
Very
So
nice.
you were there not last year, but the year before, right?
Last summer, yeah. We went in late June. I was actually going out to our niece's wedding out in Italy, so
Nice.
that was in July, early July. So we went in June to visit a few places.
You didn't hug any
beforehand.
Chinese people while you were over there, did you?
No, I didn't. It was long before all that.
Just
so.
checking.
Yeah.
No bat soup.
Yeah.
No pet soup.
So, but yeah, can't wait to go back. I gotta say.
All
And
right. I'm going to give a shout out to a couple of guys watching.
yeah, let's do it.
Eddie Hunziker, glad you're watching. Johnny Kick, thank you, glad you're watching. Smoker works beautiful. Oil Well Jeff, thanks for watching, appreciate it. Nick Trudick, you always support me. I appreciate you, man. Love you. Awesome. Thanks for watching, you guys. What else we got, kids? We about ready to get it on here or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I don't even think we talked about what we're drinking tonight. So
Well, it's right on that one
Horse
camera view.
there you go, right there. We
Yeah.
got a little bit of the Eagle Rare. This is Sidecar's favorite,
You
and
want
he
this?
actually tuned in. I
You
am
wanna
on
get a
that
close-up?
camera if you want
Yeah,
to
great.
take it right
So
there.
this is a Buffalo, of course, a classic Buffalo Trace offering.
10 year?
10-year, yeah.
10 years. Now, well, are you going to tell us a little bit about it?
I can tell you a little
Okay,
bit about it.
that'd
I
be
can.
great. Because I did have a question about it, so I wasn't sure if it. I've heard that it's the same bill as their standard. It's just aged longer. But then I've also heard it's kind of akin to Pappy's. I've heard different things. So.
Okay, well, I didn't find that.
Okay.
So, what I found very little. The Buffalo Trace website is a great website. Gives a lot of good history
Ton of history.
about their bourbon and all of the connections. Weller, George T. Stagg, Blanton, all of the names that you see that come together from.
Sazerac.
It's an amazing history, and we talk about we need to do just a show on that.
Right.
They don't go much into about Eagle Rare, but I was able to find some information specific to it. So Eagle Rare did make its debut in 1975, and it was part of the Four Roses family of bourbons. And it was made by master distiller Charles Beam, who is from the Beam family.
Right.
And he did that with his 22-year tenure with Seagram's, who at the time owned Four Roses. When Eagle Rare was first created, it was made in multiple barrels, and it was designed as a high-proof bourbon, 101 proof exactly. However, over the years, they've changed the recipe, and not only making it a single barrel, but they reduced it from 101 down to 90 proof, which is where it sits today.
Correct.
So it's supposedly a lot smoother than the original 101 proof that came out. So it is a brand of bourbon whiskey distributed by Buffalo Trace. We did say it's 90 proof, so they've got the 10 or 17 years, depending on variety.
Oh, okay.
It was introduced, I already said, introduced in 1975, and it's down in Frankfort, Kentucky.
Of course.
And it recently won the 2020 silver medal at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. Now, there is another very rare, and actually that's part of the name. It's called Double Eagle Very Rare, and it's a 20-year-old bourbon.
Okay. Yeah, I
Right.
didn't know they had 10, 17, and 20.
20 is very rare. Now,
Wow.
Greg said you've seen it for how much?
$2,200
Yeah, it's
Retail.
retail.
pretty cool bottle. It's got a nice eagle on the cap. It looks like it's all glass, like a
Yeah,
nice
the
decanter.
17 year is part of the antique collection. So you have William Lure Weller, you have Thomas Handy Sazerac Rye, you have George T. Stagg. You know, there's 5 different ones. I can't think of the other 2 off the top of my head, but Eagle Rare, obviously, 17 year, and I always forget the last one. But that, as far as I'm concerned, we go back to all the stuff that we've tried between the Pappies and the antique collection, and if you do the math at retail, the Pappy Van Winkles are about $600, maybe a little bit more, about $660, somewhere around there, for their 5 bottles, if you can find them. And
Right.
the Thomas Handy's, I'm sorry, the antique collection is $99.99 a bottle.
Okay.
So, and in my personal opinion, and I've had both plenty of times, and I don't care what they say. I think the Pappy's more of a an ego thing. People look for, you know, bragging rights, if you will. But the antique collection, the Pappy Van Winkle doesn't stand up to it at all.
So
Pretty bold talk
It's
there.
good stuff, man. Good stuff.
So I just found an image of the Double Eagle Very Rare. They said very few bottles were made of it. Why did that go there? Let's see.
Yeah, really.
Holy cow.
I know. What am I doing here? See, I'm trying to do it on the fly. Let me get rid of this one. Y'all don't need to see that again. Okay. So
Yeah.
here's a picture of the double eagle. What are
Double
they?
eagle. Right. Right.
Is it like a soaring eagle
Double
on top or something?
eagle, very rare.
Right.
Comes in a nice silver box crystal bottle. Beautiful,
It is beautiful.
but $2,200.
$2,200. I mean, my birthday's coming.
Ah, there it is.
Well, honey, it's always nice to dream.
I know. I've been dreaming my whole life.
Me too.
So which one is that? Is that the 20 that has the glass eagle?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll do that on a future show.
Yeah. One day,
Yeah.
we'll run across it. I'm sure Greg will have to
Yeah.
have it.
I'm surprised he doesn't already have 3 balls. I do see that.
I will if I find it.
I do see that the mash is the Buffalo Trace mash number 1, low rye, 10% or less, new chart oak, 10 years, ABV 45, retail price 30. So
There you go.
Retail
bargain.
price. Sounds like Price is Right.
Right.
What's behind door number 2? So should we pass this out or what?
I
Yeah,
say we should pass
let's
it out.
time
and
to taste.
let's take a sniff.
And if you have something at home there, folks, please join us.
I want to say hi to my brother Steven in Texas. He's dog sitting today for Justin, another friend of mine from Texas. And
Did the dog run away yet?
That's what I said, that poor dog. So the dog's name is, a cute dog, he sent me a picture, cute as a button, Josie. So Josie, thanks for watching. So, sorry you have to hang out with Steve. He's not much for conversation, but that's okay.
Isn't it Josie and the Pussycats?
That's how-
See, now I'm
That's how the
Josie,
Caucasians are.
I'm sure.
I just
All right.
love the color.
I do too.
Of this.
It's
just such a
fantastic.
nice
Classic.
classic bourbon color.
Oh, yeah.
Did we have the peanut gallery trying this one tonight too?
We do.
A little
we do.
bit of.
In the house.
Couple people,
So after 10
couple
years,
people in the audience today.
10 years, it picks up a lot of nice colors.
Marion Mantosh is here, and Jimmy the Chips Falb is here.
Jimmy
Falbio.
Big Swing.
Amen.
Jimmy Shrimp Chips.
Jimmy Shrimp Chips. That's it.
He's added to his
He
name.
has added to his name.
All right, let's nose this.
All right, yeah, let's nose this. Come on now. Enough screwing around.
Almost as good as it tastes.
So,
Caramel, a lot of fruit in it.
Ralph, I know
I
you're.
get,
fruit, dark
I
fruit.
get like, yeah, cherries,
Cherry, yeah, dark
cherries
fruit in
and oak, of course.
it. Vanilla, caramel. It's so pleasing on the nose.
It
really
is.
It's
I get
fantastic.
some a little bit of orange peel.
Okay. Okay.
I get vanilla honey.
Honey. Okay.
I get honey.
The honey's in there. Honey.
That
What
was
about
some
you,
kind of
Gary
nut.
Coe? What you got, Doc?
You know, the nose and the taste line up pretty good on these, and he just said orange peel, and to
very,
me,
very consistent.
you know, oak and orange. You know, is
I kind of get a little orange since you said that. I do. At the very last, sometimes I don't catch stuff right away, and then sometimes like when you smell it, and I just take that quick breath, you get that, you know, you get something that you didn't smell before. I do that all the time, but that I get the orange. I got it on the last.
But I definitely get like you say dark fruit. It's like, you know, black cherry. There's a very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's a fantastic.
What's the
nose.
So the notes that I pulled for the nose, it says complex aroma of toffee, hints of orange peel, herbs, which is kind of vague, but honey, leather, and oak.
Okay. All right, so we're right there, knocking on the door.
I was going to ask. I know Ralph has drank this a lot. I wonder if he's taken any time to actually smell it.
Well, that's Ralph is a Eagle Rare power drinker. So if there's a bottle of Eagle Rare, Ralph, if he had to stay here for 3 days to finish the bottle, he would stay here for.
it's
But it
very
wouldn't
rare when
take
Ralph's
him-
around.
I don't think it would take him 3 days.
No,
He might be sleeping on the side of the house
usually-
again, but
he's. I timed him once. It was about 40 minutes to drink a whole bottle.
Get
how
out.
No, I'm teasing.
That's how I got the name Eagle Rare. Ralph was around.
Rare.
It becomes very rare when he
Becomes
hits the
very
rim.
rare when Ralph is saying sidecar, poor sidecar. He's not even here to defend himself.
that's
All right,
okay.
I'm going in.
Perfect.
I'm going into
Yeah,
it.
boy.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it, kids.
Dive in like Greg Louganis. Oh yeah.
Man.
See, on the sip, man, you really get that orange.
I've only
Yes, I
had
do
I've
too.
only
I
I've
get
only heard
that.
one person
What
ever
is that?
say that Eagle Rare was garbage.
We're not friends with him.
No.
We're not friends with him.
I get
What is that?
I get a little leather on the taste.
like raisins, a little bit of raisins in the middle.
It's nice.
Finish is pretty quick.
It is.
There's a
It is
quick fade on it, which it doesn't bother me. Sometimes I don't mind that. It's very clean and but in the beginning, middle, there's a nice complexity with that nice blend of the oakiness, the fruit, and then you get that orange peel at the end, and then maybe there's like a honey sweetness right before the finish.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I
To
like
me,
it.
I mean, I don't get a ton of that stuff that you rattled off. To me, like it really just piles on orange, oak, and sugar.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's kind of. It is a little bit sweet.
Yeah,
It is.
delicious. Man.
It's not overpowering sweet.
No,
but
not
it's,
at all.
You know, I won't say candy, but it's definitely a sugar.
I'm trying to pinpoint something, and as you guys are talking, I'm trying to pull it, but I can't figure out what it is I'm tasting.
Well, what's the
I get it, the cherries on the nose along with the orange, but on the taste, I'm getting more like dried fruit, like raisins.
I will tell it's and to me, and it's good, but tastes a lot higher than a 90 proof to me.
Does it? I don't think.
A
I
little
think
bit,
it's
you're right.
perfect. Oh, maybe.
I think
Just a little heat initially.
Like if you
Yeah,
compare it
but-
to some of the 9500 proofs that you
Yeah.
you know that are flavorful and oaky, like I can see it hanging.
It's got a little bit more. I don't want like not a bad punch, but it's got a little bit
Decent
more
legs.
of a punch to it,
Yeah.
Nice.
which is probably why Sidecar likes it because he likes the.
Yeah, you know,
more in-your-face
Sidecar's
stuff.
Sidecar's a huge Jack Daniel's #7 straight up whiskey kind of guy, and but Eagle Rare, you know, his in my personal opinion, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he'll agree. But you know, he's like into the Angel's Envies. He's into Eagle Rare. He's into Buffalo Trace Single Barrel. You know, some
Yeah.
Jefferson products he really likes, and they're all similar. If that makes any sense.
Single barrel
Yeah.
up BTs.
So,
Have
fantastic.
not been disappointed on him.
No, like I said, I always say the audience has heard me say this 100 times. I will put up single barrel Buffalo Trace for anywhere from $19.99 to $27 and even $34 compared to almost a $70 bottle of Blanton's anytime.
So, Doug, you read the mash bill, didn't you?
Yes.
What did you say it was? Can you repeat that again?
It was less than 10%. It says their number one, whatever their number one mash. And I used to know these. I wish I had a photographic memory, you know,
Yeah.
because I forget stuff like that. And I don't know. Are people born with a photographic memory, or does
No.
that take time to develop?
I don't know. I keep. I mean, I like looking at my photographs every once in a while, but you know, sometimes it gets a little boring. But
It goes.
I
Goes
was
right
just
over.
playing.
Yeah,
I know, but it's so
he's
funny.
ignoring it. Okay, so low. It just says low rye. It's I guess that's their low rye mash bill. 10% or less rye. What was their? What is their standard? Isn't it? It's corn is like 70% or 72% or something. And
It's right
so
in there.
then you've got your. So it's a low rye. So they're filling in with barley. So I would say it's got more barley than the typical bourbon. All right, Jennifer or somebody out there that
That's what.
knows
Yeah.
their.
I was
Bourbon
someone
list.
had said it was a high rye, and that's why I was asking because I'm still trying to pull out that taste, that prominent taste that I'm getting, and it's not. Again, wish I
Not
had a
oak?
photographic memory. Oak, yeah, that's always there.
That's like the,
Well,
the canvas.
That's what, according to this source that I had, it says it's Bash Bill number 1, low rye, 10% or less. Everything else checks out, so I don't know.
Okay.
Well, if we're wrong on that, somebody will correct
Yeah,
us.
Somebody will let us
Yeah.
know.
for sure, absolutely.
So on the tasting notes, as far as taste, it says bold, dry, oaky flavors with notes of candied almonds and very rich cocoa.
I don't get the
Okay.
cocoa.
I don't get the cocoa.
Well,
either.
maybe, to some people, what I'm calling raisin is more towards that.
Sometimes
got
something like
sweetness.
cocoa can bring out other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe emphasize the almonds more or something.
What do you guys get on? Do you pull anything out of it? You get the orange peel on the taste?
What about you, Paul?
Jimmy's drinking Glenmorangie, so.
I got Glenmorangie, but I got the little orange peel too. Maybe
March
a little
into
bit-
his own
maybe
drum.
A little bit of Karen's perfume in there.
Yeah.
Nana Bahama.
Nana Bahama.
Y'all are killing me.
Okay. Well, let's do some ratings. Big G, how would you rate Eagle Rare here on our whiskey roundtable 1 to 5 score?
I'm gonna do a solid 4.
4.0 for Big G. Okay.
Just a 4.
Just a 4.
Yeah. Well, you gotta. 5 has to be as good as you can get.
4 out of 5.
4 is not bad.
That's a B in school. You never got B's.
Karen?
I know, right?
Damn it! I hate it when this happens. I'm gonna agree with you, and I'm gonna say 4.0 on as well.
4.0 for
Wow.
Karen. I'm sliding in just a hair below you at 3.9.
So okay, what took the hair?
No, I'm looking at that.
Are you upset because Shauna's not here?
No,
Oh,
it's
just
not
checking.
upset.
Okay.
You're not a cranky one today.
No, it's just I'm feeling like it's just under a 4. For me, a 4 is really excellent. So it's very, very good.
It's almost there.
Mm-hmm.
Just a bit outside. Okay, sorry. baseball reference.
I don't take it the wrong way. That's a very good
It's
score.
all good. No, it is a good score. All right.
Okay.
Guest.
Gary.
Yes,
Yeah.
Gary Coe. What does Gary Coe say?
It's one of my favorites, so I'm gonna kind of, my curve is gonna kind of go up a little bit.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And I give it like a 4.2, 4.3.
All right.
4.25?
4.25.62.
That's what I'm talking
6.2.
I was confirmed with Joe Boo. Joe Boo gave it a solid 4.1.
That we were going to go.
I don't. He
I
might
thought
have
we were gonna
kneeled.
get an
He
irrational-
might have kneeled before the first.
We were going to
game.
get an irrational number
Joe
and go
Boo.
on.
Leave Joe Boo
Infinite
out.
decimal
Leave Joe
places.
Boo out of this.
Oh shit!
All
It's one of my
right.
favorites, though.
Yeah.
You'd have to catch me on a
No, I
really
mean-
bad day to put that under a 4.
This is.
Mhm.
I love this.
Yeah.
I would look. I have a bottle at home, unopened, that I'm looking forward to. So.
Well,
You're the
I'm-
whiskey wizard. You have to have a little bit of a more stern.
While you guys are
Scale.
figuring it out.
Hey, you know what? I could go for a second opinion.
Oh,
Doc.
everybody wants a
I
second
might have
opinion
to
now.
have.
Ain't that some shit, huh?
Give it some thoughtful consideration.
I'm gonna see if I can find that rich cocoa.
Yeah.
See if I can find that rich.
I think second tasting,
I'm going
you
in.
get more of the cocoa. So.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Oh shit! Peer pressure.
Oh
that's
shit!
great.
There we go.
That's great. So
All right.
I'm talking about.
Go around the horn.
You guys want
Oh.
more over there?
I'll take a little more.
All right.
Ralph
you go.
gives it a 4.
Can I give it a
Ralph,
in case
that's
we were
Ralphie
on.
boy.
Ralph.
Ralph is an alcoholic.
Ralph's
Ralph.
A Ralphaholic.
What did you say? What's he saying? Bottom 10. LOL.
Bottom 10.
He's speaking Ralphese
Oh,
again.
is he spoken Ralphie's? He's killing me. What's he got?
I don't know. He said he gives it a 4, and then he says bottom 10. LOL. Bottle. I don't know what he's talking about.
Well,
Go back to sleep, Ralph. Talk to you tomorrow.
How many drinks it takes if we get to the bottom?
probably.
That's
Probably.
It's like a Tootsie Pop thing.
He was over here. This is a couple years ago, and this is before we even did the radio show, and we had this couch over here to this side, and we had a big table here and all
Can you
this
move
stuff.
that bottle because it's right in your face?
Is
on
it?
the-
I'm sorry. How's that better?
Yeah, that's better.
So, so I cracked a bottle of Eagle Rare, and we were already drinking, and he just kept drinking that bottle, drinking that bottle. He had to go to work the next day, and so he's like, he goes, what time is it? I said, it's like almost 2 o'clock in the morning, right at this point. We're all down here having a great time. Because I got to get out of here, man. It was like winter time, and because I got to be to work. I got to be there at 6 o'clock, blah, blah, blah. So he gets up to leave. He gets up and falls back down the chair. I go, are you okay? He goes, yeah, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I meant to do that.
So he gets back up. It was like a whole, I wish I had a video of it. Him trying to get up the steps. Oh my God.
Ralph going like a baby deer.
Oh my God. He
Like a
was-
baby deer.
I said, Ralph, let me drive you home. He's like, it's just around the corner. I'll drive home. I said, make sure you call me when you get home. So, and he ended up getting home, and then he calls me the next day. Like, I didn't hear from him the whole day. He called me. I said, what are you doing? He's like, I'm sleeping, man. I'm so friggin' hungover. He was so hungover, but he killed that bottle. He killed that whole bottle. But it was funny.
So Ralph says this is what he meant. Out of bottom 10 LOL bottle. That's what he said, okay? He meant to say the bottle is a 10 when it's finished.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes more sense.
Oh,
right.
boy.
Oh, Ralphie boy.
All right, before we do the news, we forgot something early on. So what are you smoking, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
I'm smoking a 660 from Royal Havana Cigars, and it's Ecuadorian Nicaraguan blend cigar. Maduro. Good cigar. I've smoked these for a long time. Good cigar.
I would love that if I smoked. That's
Well,
probably
you
one
should-
I would
you
like.
should get on the wagon, son.
It's never too late to start a new vice.
Oh, you
Yeah,
never
that's
know.
right. I don't know why.
Maybe
you know.
someday, after I retire. What do you got? What do you smoke?
Well, I also have a Royal Havana, but this one is the Barber Pole, which is a Candela
Mm-hmm.
mixed in with the it's a Nicaraguan,
Nicaraguan. Yeah.
and it's a great smoke when you can find them. I mean, it's one that sells out pretty quickly.
Yep.
So,
It's not the dirty hooligan or the dirty leprechaun?
the dirty leprechaun.
I was smoking
is
direct.
right here.
That's what I gave.
Oh, was that over by me? I don't know
Yes.
how.
I
but
don't
it
know. It's
must-
round. I think it
lost-
rolled over.
It must have.
I think this table's crooked.
That's what we had dinner yesterday with the Rev and Jimmy Falb and me and Karen, and I brought out the dirty leprechaun, or the not the dirty leprechaun, the oh shoot, my mind just went blank. What's the one with the devil on it?
The Diablo.
Diablo. So that's what we smoked yesterday. Was the Diablos.
You lost your train of thought.
I did lose my train of
It's
thought.
a slow-moving train. You could probably catch
I don't
it.
have that. I don't have that photographic memory. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a slow movie.
you are stupid.
Oh. Good one.
Oh,
Good
my
one.
goodness.
All right.
Oh,
So
All right.
dear, that was
Do we have
really
any news?
hysterical.
we do. Do you have news?
I have some news.
All right, why don't you go
Here's some
first?
news.
I don't know if we talked about this, but Buffalo Trace has premium unicorn bottle that we can hunt for this fall. I know we talked about it. Stop me if we've heard this one, but Blanton's Straight from the Barrel. Something fans have been asking for years. The uncut, unfiltered whiskey was previously only available outside of the U.S. And so I think it's, I think the price is something like $150 a bottle. So
Only outside the U.S.?
it used to be. Apparently, it's now available. So anyway,
It's a dirty trick.
yeah,
You gotta make it in Kentucky
$150
and not sell
is
it.
the retail if you can get your hands on it. So
Jeez.
I'm looking for my news here.
okay. Well, ASW Distillers has come out with their Fiddler Soloist Straight Bourbon Return. So it's, I guess, the second release.
Who is that?
ASW Distillers Fiddler Soloist.
Okay.
It's got a little fiddle on the label. Apparently, it was very popular 2 years ago. It's one of the few straight bourbons released that comes from Georgia.
Oh. Nice.
The master distiller Justin Crafted Fiddler Soloist Straight Bourbon and ASW's Double Copper Pot Stills. 50% corn, 44% various malts. I guess that means it doesn't have rye. Aged in combination with new char, 3 and 4 oak barrels.
Do you think the
100 proof.
I'm sorry.
And yeah, what?
Do you think the name Fiddlist is a play off Charlie Daniels? Double
Fiddler,
Double
I don't
Georgia?
know.
Played up fiddle. Give the devil his
Soloist.
due. Bet this fiddle of gold against your soul.
Well, as my old sergeant used to say, his favorite thing with the fiddler was, when we were in trouble, it was, I don't give a fiddler's fuck what you did. All I know is you're in trouble.
There you go.
So anyway, Heaven Hill has announced the fall of 2020, and their coveted Old Fitzgerald bottled and bond decanters, the first 14-year-old expression in the line available outside the distillery. So each distilling season, spring and fall, Heaven Hill releases a well-aged bottled and bond Fitzgerald made with a classic wheated bourbon recipe inherited from the famed Stitzel Weller. Each release comes crowned with a tax stamp denoting distilling and bottling season as is custom for bottled and bond bourbons. Fall decanter, like the new release, came with the black labels. Spring decanters feature green, and distillery-only releases are deep red. So while locals have spotted red label variety of this 14-year age stated decanter at Heaven Hill Bourbon Heritage Center and select Kentucky retailers, this will be the first time that the 14-year-old Fitzgerald distributed nationally. Nationally, thank you. You know what? When's our eye appointment? So,
Not until November. We are so screwed.
I'm like, even with my good glasses, I can barely read this, so I apologize, kids. Bourbon pulled from different rickhouses at different floors and different production dates. Then the red label release reads a statement from distillery. This won't be the last big release from Heaven Hill in 2020. We are still awaiting news on their released Parker's Heritage expression.
Parker's Heritage.
Yeah, we talked about
We did talk about that. These experimental whiskeys, named for their late distiller Parker Bean, generally arrive each fall, so stay tuned. The Old Fitzgerald Bottled and Bond 14-year will be available in the fall, limited quantities for around $140.
Huh.
So, and not to cut you off, I don't know if you have more to go on that, but
No, that's it.
you and Mark Anderson,
We did.
well, you want to talk a little bit about that.
So I will. 'Cause that's all the news that I have. Sorry, but so Mark Anderson got a bottle. He got 2 bottles of 15-year-old bottled and bond Old Fitzgerald in the decanter, and he called me last week. He says, "Gee, you guys doing the radio show?" I said, "No, we're gonna have a fire outside." He says, "You mind if I come over?" I said, "No, come on over, because I want to share something with you." I said, "Okay." So he came over and he brought a bottle of 15-year-old. And he says, "I've never had any of the decanter style year statements. This is my first one. I've never tasted it, and I wanted to crack the bottle with you." In the Cleveland Bourbon Co-op, it was a crack Friday, if you will. And so he came over. We had a nice fire and everything, pizza and everything else. And he brought that bottle and he put it down. And he's like, "Gee, whenever you're ready, we're going to crack this bottle." I said, "Hey, can you hang on for a second?" I said, "You've never had any of the old Fitz?" He says, "No, I never had any of the decanter style year statements, the big dollar bottle of bonds." I said, "I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere." So I came downstairs. I came back up. I had a bottle of 9-year and a bottle of 11-year. And he goes, I said, "Here, surprise." And he goes, "Holy cow," because he's never had any of it, And I said, "All right, well, let's take our time and go through the years." And we did. We did the 9 and 11 and the 15. And we both agreed that the 9 was probably our most favorite. And my brother Steven from Texas, he's the one that retrieved those bottles for me down in Oklahoma, visiting his parents. And we had like stuff from like 4 years ago, so to say. you know, and we took our time and we tasted each one of them, and he was very happy. He's like, you know, this is a great surprise, you know. So, but you know, he's a good guy. Mark Anderson's been here. We, you know, been
Top
over.
fan.
Top fan, right? And good guy. And I was honored that he wanted to crack the bottle with me. It was very very nice.
It's great.
Very nice.
Try all those in one sitting.
Right, right.
They did,
Shoot,
yeah.
get me to change governments.
Amen. So they have a couple of other years out, 15 years out right now, and you know, 14's coming out, and I'm have to do some hunting, I guess.
Yeah.
So Steve, if you're listening, you got to hunt some stuff for me, bro. So go from there. So that was a good time. So anyway, so what else we got?
Can I butt in for 1 second? So while you were doing your news, I put a little bit of water in the Eagle Rare. Anyway.
It's the perfume talking.
Nana Bahama.
Shut up. So the candied almonds came out like huge in that with a little bit of water. You want to try?
I'll try it.
A little bit of water.
A little bit of water. Change the flavor, but I still don't get the almonds. No disrespect.
No, that's good, but that's what I got. Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
There you go. Let's all try it.
But anyway, one of our favorite Isla distilleries, Ardbeg, has this month released a batch 2 of its Très Bon, which is a new Ardbeg 19-year-old, and that joins their rare batch series. So that sounds pretty exciting to me personally. One of the reviewers said, "This sublime dram is the epitome of an aged Ardbeg. On the nose, faint ripples of sweet wood smoke and tart creme fraiche, whatever that is, slow gently into bold notes of savory fennel." So, and roasted tea leaves. So
that sounds interesting.
But on the palate, intensely salty mouthfeel shifts like the tides into soothing medicinal notes, followed by salted peanut brittle, smoked pineapple, and lime juice. So
creme fraiche is a dairy product, sour cream containing 10 to 45% butterfat.
I like butterfat.
Hey, anyway, but that's exciting because you know. Anything from Ardbeg, and certainly a 19-year-old, that sounds quite intriguing to me.
It's an interesting combination of action there.
All right.
Jimmy, you like Ardbeg, don't you? No? Why did I think you liked Ardbeg? I don't know.
So,
all right. Let's wrap it up, kids.
We wrapping it up?
Remember when I told you that story earlier when I
Oh,
so it's time to wrap it up, kids.
Time to wrap it up.
One more thing.
So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page if you haven't already. Follow us on Facebook. If you have questions or comments, please comment on our Facebook page, or you can email us directly at thewhiskeyroundtable@gmail.com. If you want to be a guest on the show, just let us know.
Any last word?
Yeah, we'll close with this from none other than Ernest Hemingway. He said, "There are 2 things I never delay: kissing a pretty woman or opening a bottle of whiskey." So
there you go.
Thanks, kids. Thanks for watching today. Appreciate you. Welcome back, and we'll see you next week.
And thanks,
see
Gary.
you next week.
All right.
Thanks,
Big
Gary.
Everyone.
Hey, my pleasure.
Be safe.
Take care,
So
everybody.
long.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right.
If whiskey stopped working, every bar in town would be closing their doors, shutting down. Everybody would be trapped with their thoughts, 'cause nothing numbs the pain like bourbon or scotch. Oh no, oh no, no. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working. Jack D would be out of a job. Jameson and Bean would be cut off. Hank Williams songs wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, this whole damn world would be a mess. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. Whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped, oh. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably halfway out of this town, leaving Tennessee.